Hello and happy Saturday after Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a wonderful day with family and or friends. And Scott and I just got back in. We did a little thrifting. I picked up something that I ordered online to pick up in store at Joann's. And I'm going to talk about that at the end. But while we were out, we had some things to drop off at the Goodwill. And then Scott said, let's go on inside. And so we went in the Goodwill. Hi, Pam. And I had seen a craft this morning. Hi, Angie. Using just a plain glass vase that you end up with a candle holder. And so I picked this one up, and it needs to be cleaned. But I'm going to do a project on this, and I got this at the Goodwill for $3.99. And this one's fairly big, but it's going to end up being a Christmas candle holder. It does need to be washed really good. And so there's that. And then the other thing that I got at the walk-in regular retail is in this bag, because I had to get it because my sister is a fencer, and I'll put this in a gift bag for Christmas and maybe put some, something in with it. But it says, don't make me add you to the list. And it's got a fencing sword there. Rapier sword, I think is what they're called. So I saw that, and that'll have to be washed real good too. And then we went in the bins, and lately the bin section has been a humongous disappointment. It's just mounds and mounds of not fabric, but clothes. And a lot of them just, they smell nasty, like somebody's donated all their dirty clothes. But I'm going to soak this piece in some OxyClean and see what I can harvest from it, because one, I like the crochet trim. Hi, Sharon. And I liked the embroidery sections, but you can see it's stained pretty bad. But if you put that on a project that was supposed to look vintage, this would be good to go. And then in the center, there's a little child. And then on the other end is another one of those. It looks like a heart, little end. And I've been watching Kate from Kate in the Nest. And she uses things like this all the time. And she just randomly cuts them out and then sews them down on her project. And yeah. Well, hey, Sandy. Yeah, I'm still around. I just, I've got to let a cat out. Hang on. I just don't do my scheduled times very good right now. And if you watch some of the previous videos, you'll know why. So that was what we got at the Goodwill. I'm going to throw this in the OxyClean. I just mix up a little, maybe a couple tablespoons of OxyClean in a big plastic bowl with some nice warm water. And then I just put this in and let it soak for as long as I feel like it needs to soak. And then I'll wash it and see if it's helping any. And yeah, I spent a grand total of $6 at the retail side and just $1 at the bin side. And then there's another little thrift store on our way back from where we were going. And I went in there. Scott got 2 books, but he's in the front room. He's already devouring them or reading them. But this is a dress. It's a summer dress, but it has the original tags on it. A Jessica Taylor dress, never been worn. It's got a little pull right there. I didn't notice, but it looks like it would just be really comfy. And it's the tunic kind of rounded off bottom. I see some threads need to be clipped. It's not a real expensive dress. It says it was $26.98 original. I paid $5 for it. But it looks like it would be nice and cool and comfortable for next summer. So I got this one. And then also for $5, I got this one, and it's sweatery fabric, and it's another down to my knee-ish, and then I'll wear leggings with it. But it was $5, and I thought it was really pretty too. But I'll take the tags off, and all of that'll get washed. And Scott picked up a suit because he wants to use the material for something else. So this is the suit. I'm not going to pull it out. It's just a kind of gray. He was trying to find the fiber content. Dry clean only, made in China. He paid $14.95 for it. But he wants to use it to cover something. So that's what that is. I always ignore the dry clean only on thrifted pieces. What did we spend there? We spent $28.83 for the 2 dresses and this suit and the 2 books. This doesn't give me an itemized thing. So, but anyway, that's what we got. Now, we stopped at Joann's to pick up an order, but I want to back up and tell you what I'm doing. Greg has his best friend is Mary, and Mary has a little girl, Darby, and Darby's she's like 8 or 9, and she's just adorable. And I asked her mom, I said, well, what is Darby's favorite colors? And so she told me blue, purple, and green. So I went in my stash. I was hoping I'd have all the supplies I needed. And hi, Helen. And let's see. There's Angie and Sharon and Joyce and Sandy and Sherry and Lucia. Lucia, I got your envelope. I love it. Let's see. I think that's everybody. Oh, Callie, please stop. And Pam. Let me put, I wish they would line up and all be at the door at the same time. All right, come on. Now you're going to have to stay out there until I'm done. So I asked her mama about that. So let me show you what I had in my stash. And I'm going to make a blanket like that for her, but in her favorite colors. So that came from Yarnspirations, and it's called Granny Stripes Crochet Afghan. It says it's easy, and it works up 46 by 57. So it'd be a good by the TV kind of cuddle up blanket for her. It takes 14 skeins of Caron Simply Soft. Well, in my stash, I had some of the yarn I'm going to use. So these are the ones I already had. Let's see. I had one of the grape, and I had one in this berry blue. And you see they're pretty together. This is dark country blue. And then I had this, and I thought I would maybe sneak that in somewhere. If I could have gotten another skein of this, I would have used part of this. But they don't make this color anymore. It's called, let me see, Oceana. It's purples and blues. And it's the Simply Soft Paints section. So I'm going to hold this, and if I have any of the blanket yarn left, I'm going to pair it with this to make her a hat. So I will use that out of my stash. And then I have, where they called for the white, I have a bunch of this baby blue here. This will go wherever the white was called for in there. And this is the soft blue. So those were the ones I had in this bag. This is how this light blue came to me. And then I'm just shoving all this other in. So there was those. And I was like, I needed 14 skeins. So I figured out what I needed. And I did an order, because if you order, the yarn was on sale. And if you ordered to pick up in the store, they were offering 20% off, including the sales price. So I utilized that coupon and I did an order, and that's why we went to Joann's to pick up. So these are the more blues and purples. So I got another of the dark country blue, and then I got 2 in royal blue, and I got 2 in orchid, and 2 in this. It's a kind of a cross between a blue and a green. This is called Pagoda. And then I couldn't get this grape color, so I got this one. This was lavender blue. So those will all go there. And then I wanted another of this dark blue, but instead I got this purple. So I think that blanket, I'm just going to pull these back out. Let me put the duplicates up so I can show you the color scheme. So if there's 2 of something, I'm pulling it back off from here. So you'll see the colors that her blanket will be. Maybe. Getting a hold of it's easier said than done. So there you go. Those are the colors for Darby's blankets. And it'll be the border on it will be the light blue. Didn't mean to drop it all on the floor. And I'll have to work up, how to utilize the ones that I couldn't get a second color, a second skein, not a second color, but a second skein in it. But I will make it work, and that I will give her for Christmas. When Greg was little, all of my mother-in-law's friends, Greg would call Nanny Julia. Well, not Nanny Julia, but Nanny Blanche and Nanny Sue. So when Greg was little, he had all these extra grannies. So I guess I'm going to try to fulfill that for Darby. Let's see. Going to the doctor's and a funeral home has put me behind. Oh, you're okay. And that pattern looks really easy. It's just a granny square back and forth. Here's the close of it. And I think in all those blues and purples, it'll be perfect. And the fact that it's easy means I can probably whip it up in, a week. So I'm working on that as a Christmas gift. And then I checked the remnants because the remnants are currently 75% off instead of 50%. So I spent like 75 cents on these. So I got another charcoal, and then I got this green because I thought the fleece might work better for Bernadette than that fluffy fabric. And the fluffy fabric I will use to make one of those fluffy cat bags, and we'll see if Tippy uses it. And so I've got plenty to do there. I have started working on, you guys know, I've been working on the dishcloths that Scott will take in for the kind of gifting share table at Christmas. And these are the dishcloths I have made so far. I'm starting to run out of, the bag doesn't want to go on and off over this anymore. So there's a pink and purple set. And my sister always tells me this looks like ramen noodles, this particular color scheme. And then I got a bunch of the yellow because for some reason I had a bunch of that. But then there's all these different colors. And I'm doing 2 in a bundle. So, each person can get 2. And I've got 9, 10, 11. I have a dozen sets ready to go. And I'll put that back in here in a minute. And I also, that's for Darby's blanket. I also pulled out a random tub of acrylic, which is, I had thought about putting that in Darby's blanket, but it's just too different. But this is the random bucket I have, and I just threw that green in there because I can use it with the purple to make hats, because when Scott wears his hats to work, there's always people saying, where'd you get that hat? So I told him I would make hats up that he could take, and I asked him how many hats they would need, you know, for everybody to have a chance to get one. He said about 25. But I have a couple here that are more child-sized. This is let's see. If you lay it flat, it's about 8 inches across, so it's a 16-inch diameter, but it'll go on my head. It just doesn't go down very far. But this would be perfect for a child, and so would this one here, or somebody with a smaller head. So I got those, and then I've got 2 others. I made this one yesterday. And I can whip one of these up in less than an hour if I'm just focusing on it, if I'm not trying to talk or anything. And then I've got this one here. This one's really big. So if somebody works there that's got dreadlocks, this will go over really good over the dreadlocks to keep the head warm. But it's a real dense yarn. So I'm just going to put that in there. So those, I've got 4 of those, but I might pull those small ones out. I don't know. I might do a giveaway because those are more child size. And I've got those, and then I've got these 2 I just picked up. Remember at Joann's? These will be made into hats. So I've got loads of crocheting to do, and I don't know what you guys have planned. I'm going to do this project live. So if you guys have a old, make sure it's smooth. You don't want any lumps and bumps. This has got the bottom on it. You can see it's got an indent, but that's fine. It's pretty much smooth. But if you want to get one of those and clean it up good, make sure it's good and dry before we get together. And we'll do a candle holder with that. I need to go through my napkins. You'll need a Christmas napkin to do that project with me. All right. We might do that next week on Wednesday. So what is that? The 4th? Tomorrow's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. On the 4th, December 4th. Yes, it has definitely turned cold here too. We don't have any snow, but we needed layers and a hat today. Lucia says she has plenty of napkins. Angie says, I have been making calendars, making a calendar from a jar die cut. Okay, cool. Joyce, did you post something? Well, I keep myself busy. I always have my hands working on something. The dishcloth little bucket of yarn is in there where I can work on that while watching a TV show or whatever with Scott home. And we took a break from the leftovers and we went and got hot sour soup and some shrimp egg rolls for lunch today. And it was very, very enjoyable. Anything else I want to share with you guys? Another video, another project coming up is I'm going to pull out that liquid vinyl from the back. I'll pull it out and we're going to coat that fabric that looks like the ink been dropped in water. And we'll turn this into a vinyl fabric, this one here. Because I do want to make either pencil cases or makeup bags. If you make them the right size, they can be used for either. This is a half a yard of this fabric. So there's that. I don't think I have anything else. The only thing maybe is I had these packaged up. And I have a ton of these. I'm going to get to work and see how far I get with the crochet I have. If I get the crocheting done, I'll pull my little loom out and make some pot holders because I have a ton of these loopers and I like the ones that say wool on them. I don't like those the nylon loopy things. Those are creepy to work with. I'm sorry, I don't like those at all. But the wool ones I like. And I worry about those nylon ones. Won't they melt when you're grabbing something hot? It makes no sense to me. So I will do two in a set. Do a set, say that. I'll do a matching set of pot holders. You know, divide the little loops out by color and stuff. Your mom said the same thing. Yep. I've always been busy because like you said, Kathy, you know, if I ever said I was bored, Grandma would say there's a broom over there. The floor needs to be swept. You could like change the sheets on your bed. You could do a load of laundry. You could iron some clothes. You could go weed in the garden. And she would just start listing everything. You could help out the guys in the barn, go scrape the floor. And scraping cow manure was not one of my favorite chores. I'm sorry. It's just not. And I'm at an age now where I like the romancing idea of living in the country and having animals and stuff, but I do not want to deal with manure. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm past that. But of course, I deal with the cat's litter boxes, but they're my babies. Yep. Look at us now being so productive. If you guys haven't seen Kathy's frogs, you need to look her up on Facebook because I about died. That green frog with the blue one blue leg, one green leg. I was looking at that at the Chinese restaurant while we were waiting on our food, and I thought that was so cute. Let's see if I can pull it up. I mean, seriously, look. Isn't he cute? And then her other one is blue with, he's got his tie-dye. It looks like he's got tie-dye arms on. And I love the toes. Look at the toes. That pattern is adorable. Absolutely adorable. That is so funny. So I guess I'll let you guys go. Not seeing anything crazy. I think that's it. I'm going to go wash clothes. I'll put these in the laundry right now. Since this one's never been worn, I will throw a color grabber or color catcher sheet in the laundry just in case the red that's on here runs. And I'm just going to go ahead and wash these. If you guys don't know about color grabbers or color catchers, they're sold in your laundry section at the grocery store, and they will save you from a pink underwear incident. They really will. I don't know. They're like magic. They grab the dye. I put them in when I've bought new fabric that needs to be pre-washed before I take the time to make something up. I pre-wash everything. And when I do that, I put a color grabber in because I don't want to, ruin fabric I just bought, especially the price it's getting crazy. All right. I will let you guys go now. I hope everybody has a great day and talk to you later.